Have you ever caught yourself saying something and suddenly realized those were your parents' exact words? That moment when you see their gestures in your mirror, their tone in your voice, their reactions in your behavior? It's terrifying, isn't it? The thought that despite all your promises, all your awareness, you might be repeating the very patterns you swore to break. But what if I told you this isn't just coincidence or bad luck? It's neuroscience, psychology, and even epigenetics at work. Let's start with what's happening in your brain. From the moment you're born, your developing mind is absorbing everything around you. Your parents aren't just your caregivers, they're your first and most powerful programming. Through mirror neurons, your brain literally maps their emotional responses onto your own neural pathways. When your father reacted to stress with anger, your developing brain said, "This is how humans handle stress." When your mother responded to conflict by shutting down, your brain took notes. "This is how we survive difficult feelings." These patterns become your unconscious blueprint, default settings you didn't choose but inherited as surely as your eye color. But it goes deeper than just observation. Recent research in epigenetics suggests that trauma and stress can actually affect how genes are expressed, potentially passing down tendencies across generations. This means some of your responses might be influenced by what your grandparents experienced. And here's the irony: even harmful patterns feel comfortable simply because they're familiar. Your brain prefers what it knows, even when what it knows is dysfunctional. This is why, despite your best intentions, you find yourself falling into the same traps. Most people have a moment, that sickening realization when they catch themselves mid-sentence, hearing their parents' voice coming out of their mouth. This recognition is actually the first breakthrough, the moment when unconscious patterns become conscious. Before this awareness, you're essentially running on autopilot, repeating what was programmed into you. Many people respond to this realization with denial. "I'm nothing like my parents," they insist, even as they recreate the same dynamics in their adult relationships. This denial is a defense mechanism. It's painful to see these reflections of patterns we've judged harshly, but it's important to understand. Recognizing these patterns doesn't mean you failed. It means you finally gained the awareness needed to make different choices. Your brain is not static, it's remarkably adaptable. Neuroplasticity means that while these patterns are deeply grooved neural pathways, they can be rewired. Think of it like this: your parents' behaviors carve deep rivers in your neural landscape. Water naturally flows down these established channels, but with consistent effort, you can redirect the flow, creating new rivers, new patterns of response. The key is conscious awareness. When you operate on automatic, you'll default to those established pathways. But the moment you bring awareness to your reactions, you create a crucial pause, a space between stimulus and response. In that space lies your power to choose differently. Breaking generational patterns isn't just about awareness, it requires practical action. Here's how to transform understanding into lasting change. First, identify your emotional triggers. What situations consistently provoke your most parent-like reactions? Is it feeling criticized, not being heard, vulnerability? These triggers are signposts pointing to unhealed wounds that need attention. Second, create new neural pathways through deliberate practice. When triggered, pause before responding. Take a deep breath. This creates the space to choose a different reaction. At first, this will feel unnatural and require enormous effort. That's normal. You're carving a new path where none existed before. Third, consciously design your responses. Ask yourself, how would I respond if I weren't carrying this pattern? What would a healthy response look like? Then practice that response repeatedly until it becomes more natural than the inherited pattern. Fourth, practice self-compassion during setbacks. You will slip into old patterns sometimes. That's part of the process, not a failure. When it happens, acknowledge it, make amends if needed, and recommit to your new path without harsh self-judgment. Finally, consider seeking support. Therapy, support groups, or even deep friendships can provide perspective and accountability. Breaking generational cycles isn't easy or quick. It's a hero's journey, one that requires courage, persistence, and compassion for yourself along the way. You are not destined to repeat your parents' mistakes. Your awareness has already changed the equation. You're not unconsciously passing down what was unconsciously passed to you. What will you do with this awareness? What new patterns will you create? The power to break the cycle is already within you. If this resonated with you, Hit subscribe for more insights into the subconscious patterns that shape our lives, and check out this video. Share in the comments one pattern you're working to break. Sometimes naming it is the first step to freedom.